Welcome to today's video, Homemaking when you don't own your own home. If you're new here and haven't watched my intro video, I'm Lexi, a wife, mom of 3, and a full-time homemaker. I'm also an aspiring homeowner. We are renting. We have been renting. I live in Canada, and if you're a fellow Canadian, you know just how expensive buying a house is currently. I dream about owning a home every day. And you might think, what's the difference? You're renting versus owning a home. Sometimes it feels like it's not yours and you can't settle in. So, this video is for those mamas who are in that waiting season for their dream home, those who have no choice but to rent right now. Almost every year for us is the same deal: pack up all our belongings and move somewhere to a new place, unpack and reorganize our life again. For various reasons, we are never in the same home for more than a year. Maybe you're in the same boat. Maybe the house we're in no longer serves our family anymore. Maybe the rental is being sold. It's exhausting, and I wish nothing more than to have a house of our own. Somewhere we can hang up pictures, we can personalize. It's so easy to get stuck in the trap of wishing and waiting that we don't enjoy the season that we're in right now and what we currently have. We don't enjoy the days because we're just thinking about the upcoming months or upcoming year and not knowing where the stability lies. I know I'm constantly feeling unsettled when I know this place is not ours. Instead, we should be grateful that we even have a roof over our heads. What a blessing it is. It may not be ideal, but it's somewhere to live, and we can make it miserable or we can embrace it for the time being. I wanted to specifically dedicate this video towards the moms who are home raising their babies and are most likely in their home most of the day. You may also not have an income or be on a lower income because you might be staying home. And that also makes it a lot harder to eventually purchase a house. So you might be renting for a little bit longer than what you maybe would have expected. I want to talk about how we can make a house a home even if we don't own it, and it may be temporary. I'm still working through this every day in trying to trust that our time will come when it's right. Right now, this is where we're at, and all we can do is make sure that we're taking care of the things that we have in this moment, in the home that we have been given. I know personally how hard it is to find a rental within your budget that also suits your family's needs and your personal style. Now, I say personal style because I do feel like the aesthetic and functionality of the home can affect your day to day life. My first tip is to find a place that suits you and that feels like home when you walk in. You could walk into a place that feels dark, maybe dirty, maybe old, maybe the paint colors aren't really what you would choose. Sometimes we don't have a choice based on the market, and if you can control what kind of place you're in, then it will definitely help your day to day life. It will definitely help lift your mood a little bit and make it feel more homey. I've also been really picky on the kitchen, making sure that it can accommodate my cooking and baking because that's something that I do every day, as well as which way the balcony faces. So there's a lot of sunlight. We've had a few pretty dark balconies, and I found it really hard to have the kids play outside, especially when it's so cold. You kind of have to give and take with what you can compromise on. We're currently compromising on space in a garage to fit our vehicle, and we have to park outside because our garage is storage currently. And that's okay because this place has a lot of other features that kind of make my day easier. Number two is to make sure that you have a decent landlord. Now, usually you can't choose a landlord, but you should be able to kind of gauge how they are when you go and see the place for the first time, and maybe it's not a good fit. You also want to make sure that you have decent neighbors if you can control that. We've had some interesting ones and even some rental companies that weren't great. It can really make or break your time in the lease. I've had everything from maintenance people coming in when I was sleeping to having terrible, nosy neighbors. Number three is to set up your home for functionality. It is a lot of work to organize a house with a different layout from the previous one. I can't tell you how much furniture we have moved up and down and replaced and purchased. We currently have a three-bedroom, but no place for our kids to play, and that was something I was really trying to find for them the last time that we moved. So, what I've done is I've set up one of the bedrooms as a playroom. We started out with all the kids' toys in the living room, but I just couldn't keep up with the organization, and it was a lot of work for me. Now we have a room for playing and a room for sleeping. Number four is to put up pictures or decor if you're allowed to. I like to use those wall stickies instead of nails, just for ease of moving out eventually, because the last thing you want to do when you have to clean a rental is patch holes. I also don't like to overdo it either. Our last place had built in shelves, so I was able to put our family pictures on there, and that was great. That worked for us. There are plenty of ways to make your home more personal and cozy for your family, making it welcoming for you and any guests that you have. Number five is to steward your home well regardless. The one rental apartment we were in was awful, and that affected the way that I took care of the home. I was drowning in mess. I didn't give myself time to really settle in and organize properly, plus going through postpartum depression. It made it very hard to keep it clean. Treat your home as if you have purchased it. Doing certain tasks regularly, like washing the walls, will keep your home more clean and will also help with the moving out process. I have found that it takes me a few months in a new place to be settled and really find my rhythm, especially with unpacking and placing furniture and items where it works for our family. The past few times that we've moved, I've tried to organize things right away. I will just spend like 2, 3 days getting everything unpacked and organized so it's all in its place. Creating routines and structure and order in your home can really help with making sure that you're taking care of it and that you're on top of everything. Regardless of where you are and how long you'll be there for, remember you can still make it feel like a home. Don't dwell on the what ifs, and instead figure out a way that you can reach goals to hopefully be able to purchase a home someday. My hope is that any place that we've moved out of will serve somebody else the same way it served us. The energy that you put into your home will reflect a positive, cozy, and warm environment for not only your family, but any guests that you have over. You can still host and be hospitable. It doesn't matter if you own or rent. Your home is your home, and it's what you make of it. Thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.